Your brain instantly searches for clues before deciding whether someone feels safe. A friendly gesture can make trust feel surprisingly easy. Your brain pauses because every first impression carries hidden uncertainty. For thousands of years, trusting the wrong stranger could mean survival or death. Our ancestors survived by observing before approaching unfamiliar people. Fear and curiosity compete whenever someone new enters your life. Your brain constantly weighs trust against potential danger. Without enough evidence, every decision feels uncertain. Then your brain discovers a faster way to decide. Charming people often hide more than their smiles reveal. Your brain naturally focuses on warmth before noticing hidden risks. That's why we often trust before we truly understand someone. Behind every decision, your brain quietly takes control. One system reacts instantly, while another prefers careful evidence. Sometimes your first instinct is confidently wrong. To save effort, your brain prefers mental shortcuts. Finding evidence takes longer than accepting an easy answer. Most people naturally choose the shortcut without realizing it. Real trust can only grow as time slowly passes. At first, there simply isn't enough information to judge anyone. Patient observation always reveals more than quick conclusions. Confidence immediately attracts your brain's attention. Seeing others trust someone makes trusting feel safer too. Your smile often appears before your thinking catches up. One positive trait begins coloring every judgment your brain makes. The halo effect quietly hides flaws from your attention. Eventually, reality begins breaking that perfect illusion. The smartest question isn't who they seem to be. It's what their actions repeatedly leave behind. Wise decisions begin when you stop chasing appearances. Repeated behavior tells a far more honest story than charm. Consistent actions slowly become stronger evidence. That's the moment your judgment finally becomes more reliable. Not everyone who seems trustworthy actually earns your trust. Small hidden behaviors often reveal what smiles cannot. Your brain suddenly notices evidence it completely missed before. Real character leaves patterns, not perfect first impressions. Consistency becomes clearer every time the pattern repeats. Comparing today's actions with yesterday's exposes the truth. Spotlights can make ordinary people seem extraordinary. Crowds often convince your brain that someone deserves trust. One small inconsistency can change everything you believed. Looking closely at behavior reveals far more than appearances. Helpful actions always carry more weight than pleasant words. Your brain finally shifts from charm to evidence. Beautiful appearances can create expectations that reality cannot meet. Sometimes attractive packaging hides absolutely nothing inside. Disappointment begins when appearances replace real evidence. Your brain constantly compares what people say with what they do. Choosing actions over words leads to better decisions. The slower path often brings the clearest judgment. Evidence protects your thinking from misleading assumptions. Facts become your strongest defense against cognitive bias. Confidence grows naturally when your conclusions rely on evidence. Every relationship offers two very different foundations. Appearances fail, but consistency survives every test. Real trust feels safer because it has already been tested. Careful observation catches patterns your brain usually ignores. Repeated actions slowly become impossible to dismiss. Trust grows through consistency, never through promises alone. Eventually, your brain must choose charm or character. Choosing character means choosing evidence over attraction. Wise decisions bring quiet confidence instead of excitement. Flashy appearances rarely predict lasting reliability. True stability survives after impressive appearances collapse. Your brain starts questioning what once looked obvious. Real character reveals itself through habits repeated over time. Consistent kindness becomes stronger evidence with every repetition. Your brain finally recognizes patterns instead of empty promises. A pleasant appearance can easily hide a darker reality. Eventually, every perfect image begins to break apart. That's when your brain starts questioning its first impression. Trust becomes stronger only after enough time has passed. Patient observation uncovers what quick judgments never could. Waiting often protects you from trusting too soon. Evidence helps your brain replace assumptions with understanding. Every new fact makes the truth easier to recognize. Confidence feels different when it's built on evidence. Charm can distract your brain from subtle warning signs. The clues were always there, just easy to ignore. Now your attention finally catches what charm concealed. Your brain constantly compares words against real behavior. Actions quietly outweigh even the most convincing promises. The balance shifts once evidence becomes impossible to ignore. Reliable patterns guide better decisions than attractive distractions. Consistency remains steady even when everything else changes. Real character never needs decoration to earn trust. Even strong trust begins breaking when lies appear. Hidden deception slowly weakens every promise it supports. Now you're ready to question every first impression. Your brain naturally admires confident leaders before checking the evidence. Confidence alone can create an illusion of competence. Questioning first impressions is where better judgment begins. Your next choice determines whether appearance or reality wins. Most people instinctively follow first impressions without realizing it. Hidden evidence quietly points toward a different conclusion. Some people perform trust while secretly planning the opposite. Small hidden details often reveal the biggest truths. Your brain finally sees what the smile was hiding. Your brain often mistakes polished appearances for genuine character. When appearances crack, consistent behavior becomes impossible to ignore. That's when doubt replaces blind confidence. Real patterns become visible only through patient observation. Consistency reveals itself across ordinary moments, not dramatic ones. Trust becomes easier when the same actions keep repeating. Consistency reveals itself across ordinary moments, not dramatic ones. Trust becomes easier when the same actions keep repeating. First impressions can collapse much faster than lasting character. Strong foundations survive after impressive appearances disappear. Your brain learns to value stability over excitement. Your mind constantly pulls you toward quick certainty. Hidden biases quietly influence choices before you notice them. Evidence is the only tool that cuts through bias. The clearer path always begins with better evidence. Confidence grows naturally when shortcuts lose their appeal. Choosing patience often leads to wiser decisions. Written actions remain long after persuasive words disappear. Words fade, but consistent behavior leaves lasting proof. Evidence quietly becomes stronger than empty promises. Trust is built one repeated action at a time. Every small action strengthens the bridge between people. Real trust feels secure because it has been earned. Patient observation always uncovers patterns worth trusting. Every honest action adds another piece of evidence. Only enough evidence reveals the complete picture. Your final choice is between rushing and observing. Wisdom begins the moment you choose patience. Good judgment becomes your most reliable guide. Old illusions lose power once truth becomes visible. Actions protect your judgment better than charming appearances. Truth becomes clearer when false impressions finally fade. The strongest trust always begins with evidence, patience, and consistent actions.